Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Got a really good email that came over. Now guys, remember, you can't send me these, here's my personal problem, what do you think I should do? I have a couple thousand videos. So I'm going to tell you, go watch my videos. But when you have a viewer comment or something, first of all, it'd be great if you put it in the viewer comments, because I do actually read all those. My emails, I can't keep up with the volume. All right, everybody wants me to mentor them personally. Go take my e-course, Breakthrough Fear. It's on landriaonka.com, or you can sign up here, Landria's Inspiration. Sign up. That will give you a video a week. Some stuff other people don't get unless they're signed up to my list. And it also gives you all the information for that e-course. You can click and go in there. It's not expensive. It's a 6-week breakthrough fear course. Get you to manifest all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to read this. Somebody who is actually taking my course, by the way. Since I discovered you on YouTube, I watch your new videos every day. I consider them inspiring. Well, thank you, my dear. I like the way you confront the viewers, me too, when they blame the outside world, other people. All right, so remember this. When I confront you by blaming the outside world, in other words, you're saying that something else has power over you. I'm not doing that to be a jerk. I'm just saying, you're saying that somebody else has the power to make you feel bad or control the happiness in your life. So other people for their bad mood or lack of happiness, right? Nobody's doing that. You're making that decision. You also tell us not to judge. Well, that's your choice. I tell you that it's not a good thing for you if you want to evolve spiritually. You can judge. But yeah, probably not a good idea. I think you're here to catch yourself on that because we're doing it all the time. Can you explain what is the difference between judging and confronting? Well, those are completely two different things. So let's talk about this. So this subscriber says, for I think that confronting others can be important. Well, okay, we have to define what confronting is. Because confronting can be coming from any kind of frequency, right? Confronting means you are going to someone with your energy and saying that something is not right. That you disagree with how they're behaving, what they're doing, whatever, okay? So you're confronting means you're taking a stand on something because of their behavior, all right? So now the ego often confronts because it thinks that you should act a certain way according to me and my ego. But there are other circumstances that confronting might be necessary, right? I think that confronting others can be important, like Brene Brown shows us in her books. I have no clue who she is, by the way. I've heard the name before, but I have no clue who she is and what her teachings are. As you know, I don't. Other than Dolores Cannon, Greg Braden, Eckhart Tolle, those are people that I have watched their videos before. Joe Dispenza. Most of them come from a very scientific background. She says it's important to be honest. Well, yeah, of course. Well, what's honesty, though? So let's again, we can break all these things. What's honesty? Honesty according to your ego? I'm just being honest. I think that you're a jerk. I'm just honest. Well, who's speaking? So ask yourself, who's being honest? Because you may say you're being honest, but is that coming from an ego standpoint? Because the ego might be talking. So honesty can have, again, any range of frequencies in there. So you got to remember, we're trying to push ourselves to come from a higher frequency when we view others, view situations, speak, think, right? So honesty, I don't even know what that means. It's honesty is according to you. My honesty is going to be different than yours. So it's important to be honest about yourself, but also when injustice is done in front of you. What's injustice? Right? Here we go again. I'm gonna question everything. Question everything. Why? Because injustice to me would be different to injustice to you. What's injustice? See, I don't know if there's injustice. I believe that everything's exactly the way it should be. And some of it's really rotten and painful. And some of it tests us. So yes, maybe we're supposed to confront a certain situation because we will not tolerate certain things that we know blatantly are not good for the collective consciousness, not just ourselves, right? Okay, sometimes you have to be brave. What's brave? I'm going to drive you nuts with this. And speak out loud what is bothering you in the behavior of someone. Ah, it's bothering me. Really? I think that statement, I don't know how she meant it with her teachings, but that could encourage some real egotistical behavior too. Because a lot of people read that and go, oh, it's okay for me to confront somebody because I'm just being honest. And I'm going to speak up because what I say is true. Yeah, we do that all the time, right? So, all right. Okay. Of course, to him or her in the face, not being nice to them and complaining behind their backs to others. Oh, so you're going to complain to their face, and then you're going to be a double jackass. Now, by the way, I'm taking the worst case scenario here because I know there are other ways to do this that are nice, but I'm not hearing anything really that positive in this, in my opinion. I believe in struggle against nothing. Struggle against nothing. That doesn't mean you're going to be a rug. Many years ago, I told my boss repeatedly that his policy was unfair. Unfair to who? To you. So this is the other thing. Somebody doesn't like the fact that I say, so like I was blah, blah, blah. Sorry, guy, you got me. You made it a public comment. I'm going to bring it up. Like Americans say, well, like, didn't like it. So to you, that is improper speech. So what's unfair to you? So everybody should not use like. So like, I didn't like it. So nobody should use it because you believe that that's, this is how things are. So you believe it's unfair, so your boss is supposed to change the policy for everyone. Now again, then there's another side of that coin that says, what if it's really rotten for everybody and it's not nice? So I'm just trying to get you to flip over and realize that, the ego really can be a big part of what we're talking about here that could not be good. As a result of that, I got fired. Oops! You weren't supposed to be there. Okay? Once again, sometimes if a policy's unfair, just go. Yay! You got fired. Pop the champagne. But strange enough, I felt happiness inside at the moment that happened exactly. Why would you want to be in a place where you feel it's unfair? So if enough people complain and he's going to have to fire everybody, maybe he'll change it. Whatever, move on. At the moment that happened. After that, I started my own business, and I never had a reason to regret that. Do you see this, what she's doing? I think it's a she. Yeah. She's got a really cool name. The quality of my life grew enormously. Thank you. It's called expansion. So you did stand up. I don't know if that was good or bad, but it obviously drove you to the place you were supposed to be, so it worked out well for you. Yes, I have a great life. Wonderful. As a journalist, I interview a lot of people, celebrities, but also prostitutes, prisoners. If you talk from person to person, there's no difference. Wonderful. I feel very connected to all these people. The only reason that I ordered your e-course is that I can still struggle with fear, yes. And I'm hoping through that e-course, even somebody who took these massive steps is still searching for answers. So start searching for those answers of fear's going to show up, so I don't have you struggle against it or get rid of it. And what I have you do is learn to live with it and use it in a positive way. Believe it or not, you can do that. And when it shows up, you go, what was the root of that? So breakthrough fear, what it does is we go into the core and say, what do you guys want me to mentor you? I do the exact same thing, only I would not be able to be as extensive. This e-course takes weeks. You go deep and you go, where did that come from? Was it my belief? Or was I programmed? And I'm not connecting to my higher self, which you learn how to do that in my course. And then you go, okay, wow, I got to break through this and recognize it when it shows up. So what I've told you guys is people in I just shot a video on, what is success? Success is failure, replacing the word failure with expansion. So when you're afraid of something, you go, I'm afraid of expansion. It sounds really stupid, doesn't it? I'm afraid of expansion? Wait. I don't want to do that because I might expand. And then all of a sudden you go, I'm not sounding like a real bright person right now. So then you go, okay, yeah, I'm afraid to expand. Yeah, I replace failure with expansion and expand. Why won't I take that course? Because I'm afraid of expansion. Why won't I start that business? I'm afraid of expansion? Ugh. Because that's really what you're doing. Failure is expansion. It's just learning. It's taking you to a higher evolution. And because you're holding back, because you're afraid of failure, you're not expanding. So you stay in a more negative frequency because you're not expanding, because you think it's a bad thing. It's not. It's all good. It's always all good. Okay. I feel very connected to people. I still struggle to feel. When my little grandchildren stay with me, I see dangerous situations everywhere. The traffic, dogs that can attack them, etc. It would be nice if I could lose that kind of fear. Okay. As I understand from your e-course, I have to change my beliefs about that threatening situations. Yes. Yes. So, again, that fear may never go away because you love your grandkids. You have some conditioning and fear of loss, right? You have a fear of loss. You want you want them to be safe. That's coming from somewhere. Ask yourself where it's coming from. All right? And now there's another part of that, yeah, you got to protect them. So, but you don't need to be fearful. So when it shows up, ask yourself, okay, what can I do in this situation that'll allow me to protect them without feeling the fear behind it? What are those beliefs? Something horrible is going to happen. Now you know that you're projecting at every moment, so you don't want to go into that space because you can't do anything to your grandchildren. But you don't want to be putting that negative vibe out because, you might actually create a situation that could be a little bit maybe dangerous. All right, so this person is from another country, and so this is amazing because English is not her language, so she's going through this course. And that threatening situation, so what is a fear? A fear is a belief. It's not a thought. It's a belief that triggers the thought that there is something that threatens you, your well-being, that you're going to get something you don't want or lose something that you want. And what is that? All ego-based. All of it. All of it's ego-based. Because the soul cannot be created, the energy that you are cannot be created nor destroyed nor threatened. Nothing can destroy it. Nothing. No death on this human body can destroy it. And we all have our paths and lessons to learn. So my friend who's taking Miss M, who's taking my course, you're amazing, by the way. I love that you're getting this. So the question I have for you is, are you trying to control situations? Are you going to be okay with the fact that every person on this planet has a path? And that when you put in your best efforts, not coming from fear, but your best efforts, then that's all you can do. And feel good about that. But if you are going in and going overboard and having actual fear about it, it's not about those kids. There's something else. It's about your personal loss that you are fearing. What is that? Now, I have to tell you guys, there are other factors in here that go into past lives. Maybe there's a relationship you had with these kids. Still, even if you don't understand what that is or you don't undergo hypnosis or anything to find out, you still have to recognize that you still have to deal with that fear. And know that maybe there was a loss in another life. There's so much that we don't understand, but I do know one thing. We're here, and there are tools that I give you to deal with this stuff. Because you have to deal with what you're feeling right now. And emotions are always triggered by a belief, right? A belief. That's the thought and the feelings. Go back in and ask yourself, can I protect them? Recognize the fear that, it's a personal loss. What did you experience in this lifetime? It's possible it's from another life. And just tell yourself that when you're in these situations, what can I do here and not instill fear? What you don't want to do is instill fear in the kids. So like they can be petrified, because you know how it is. You know when kids fall down and you go, oh, and they go, man, they weren't going to cry. Am I supposed to be upset? Yeah. Oh, everybody's fawning over me, right? The kid falls and you go, okay, are you hurt? All right, let's look at it. Okay, you're okay. It's okay. It's okay. And you comfort the child, and the child feels safe and better. It's like, oh, it is okay. I guess it was okay to fall. All right, okay, I got a cut. You know how many times have we fall as kids? It doesn't really hurt. It hurts later. It's like, ah! You go to bend your knee, it's like, you got a, big old scrape there. But most of the time, you don't really get hurt. It doesn't hurt when you injure yourself. It hurts a little bit later. Kids, they just do because of the reaction of us. So Miss M, make sure that you're not instilling that fear in them. Go into those beliefs, because I have you walk through them. Where did it come from? Is it from somebody else? Is it a personal situation? Is it my ego that needs to control things? And where did that belief come from? Where did that come from? Did I not feel like I was in control in my life? Did I not feel protected? Do I feel like that these grandkids mean so much to me, and that I need to maybe expand my own world and recognize that? So this whole I don't know where the confrontation comes from thing, but I just want you to know, ask yourself, as far as the confrontation goes, is it necessary? Is it my ego wanting things to be a certain way? Do I have to speak up to make somebody wrong? Is there a peaceful way to handle this? Now, I told you, if we have a physical situation that is definitely harmful to somebody, then stepping up and stopping it without confront. For me, confrontation is usually negative. We confront each other constantly. You're wrong. You need to change. That's what confrontation is to me. That's being honest. To who? To your ego. So watch it. Ask yourself, am I coming from a place of love? Am I coming from a place of peace? If there's some abuse, animals, man, I'll be the first one to step up. But I don't have to confront anybody. We just go cut the chain and take the dog to safety. I didn't say that, all right? I didn't say that to 5 million people. No, we don't do that. We do everything by the book. Confrontation to me is just handling a situation in the most peaceful manner. I'm not here to change somebody. I'm here to make something better and right according to my beliefs that a higher frequency is going to make a better world. That's my reality and my belief. And so I know that if I go into it with love and compassion, and I see that person who's been a jerk or an unfair situation, I ask myself, where did that come from? So I don't believe in confrontation. I believe in handling situations in peace, and that for me is not confrontation. It's going in and saying, okay, how can I handle this without making that person wrong? And where did that policy at work come from? That could be the foundation of a company that only cares about money, that might have greed involved, that's resonate on a lower frequency. So if you go in and confront that boss about a policy, you better come in with every other employee, sit down and say, can we talk to you? Here's what we believe. And then of course you're really putting them in the hot seat. So you got to watch it, because where's that boss coming from? You don't want to work for a boss who would work under a policy that's bad for their employees. If you ever watched The Prophet, they said the number one thing is, employees first, not the customers. Employees first, because when you treat your employees well, and you've got a place where people work, I just saw a thing on Viking Cruises, 97% of their employees are retained. They have a high retention rate. They must treat their employees really well. So guess what? They're going to treat the customers really well because they're happy. So what's confrontation? Maybe you need to just say, I don't need to be here. And then when you leave, you give the reason why. Just say, I feel this is an unfair policy, and you give it to HR. You're not going to confront your boss. The boss doesn't, listen, if your boss, even if your boss owns the company, trust me, that one person is not putting all that stuff in place. There are way too many other people involved. So watch the honesty. I need to voice my opinion. That could be another, you know, and I don't want to pick on generational stuff, but this, you know, I'm important, you know, selfies. It's about me and I'm going to talk and, you know, all this stuff. Believe me, you know, it's not always easy to be on YouTube and put yourself out in the public. I didn't grow up with the selfie stuff. It's not easy for me to do that. I don't like it. I don't like Facebook and all that stuff. But if I want to reach my audiences in a positive way, I have to. And the same thing with you. Are you confronting from an ego standpoint? Are you, you know, afraid of the kids from an ego standpoint? Are you going to instill that fear in them? Are you going to instill blame in another person? Where are you coming from? What energy are you putting out there? Because that is affecting our entire planet, my friend. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. If you want information and a free video every week from me, Landria's Inspiration, click down here or up here. You'll go into my list, take the e-course, work through those, find out where your personal blocks come from because you want to start manifesting some amazing stuff. Namaste.